Yo, what up? This is Jersey from the Amigas podcast, and you are now listening to The Rodriguez Show.
And we are back on The Rodriguez Show here on Hits 101 Radio. And we have our only guest for this episode. She's been on the show, but just she came through with the stroke, but now she's here to talk about her new Gaby Guerrero LP out now. Silver and Gold, how's it going?
How are you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for coming through. Yes. Where did you drive from today?
I'm from Southeast Los Angeles. Okay. So I just came from there. That's where I'm from. Yeah.
How long was that drive? Like, because we're in Costa Mesa, so it's probably like 4
Well, you know what? It depends what time you leave. If you leave like around 4, 5, 6, you're probably like an hour and a half. Yeah. But it took us about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Not bad today.
Yeah. Not too bad because of the time we left. It was later, so it was good.
The LP out now, Gaby Guerrero.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about that in a second. Silva and Gold is the Instagram, SLVANDGOLD. That's the Instagram. Just go on our Instagram at The Rodriguez Show, and you can click on the link too if you need that.
Yes.
So take us back to the beginning. You know, you worked hard to get to this point, but how did it start? Where did you even start making music?
Well, you know what? I've been singing since I was like 5 years old. Mm-hmm. I used to sing in church. And I loved hip hop so much, but I just didn't see how hip hop and church could be associated. So I didn't even question it. It was out of the question. Yeah. So I just sung, and I just listened to hip hop all the time since I was in elementary school. Yeah. And eventually I got older, and I still didn't put two and two together, even though I loved doing poetry and I loved hip hop. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't see anybody else like me doing it. So it just didn't click until recently. I decided to just, you know what, let me recite some of my poetry over some beats that I love. Yeah. Popular beats mostly, you know what I'm saying, off YouTube. Yeah. And it turns out it sounded pretty nice, and I liked it a lot. And
so you started doing poetry to YouTube beats?
I've been doing poetry since I was in middle school. Since I was in middle school. I've never stopped. But I just, like I said, I never put two and two together that I could put my poetry over beats. And like I said, when it comes to hip hop, I didn't see anybody that looked like me. Yeah. I didn't think, you know, it just didn't. I didn't see that, so I didn't think I could do it. It didn't make any sense to me superficially. But when you get older, you realize this is just BS. You can totally. Yeah. Why not? And I did it, and I think I sounded pretty dope. Yeah. So I guess you think of yourself in one way, but when you do it in front of other people and you see their opinion, their perspective, their reaction, then you're like, okay, maybe I got something here, you know?
Yeah. So it took you showing it to people.
Yes.
To be like, oh, this is good.
To my friends, to my sisters, and their reaction kind of pushed me to maybe I should try doing something because I love this so much. I'd be a fool to not try.
And how long ago was that?
A year ago.
Yeah. So you mentioned, I saw on your social media that you a year ago had nowhere to record. This was just like the beginning, and now you're here. You have a whole LP. Yes. So at what point did you realize? Oh, like was there ever any inspirations? Like anybody you looked up to?
Yes, there's so many inspirations. As far as like hip hop goes.
Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, I didn't have too many female inspirations when I was younger. I really love Lauryn Hill. But a lot of my inspirations were male artists. I love Big L so much. I used to think Big L was a superhero when I used to hear him rap. I was like, that's just a superpower. You're born with those gifts. You know what I'm saying? He was probably a child prodigy because that's ridiculous. I could never do something like that. Wow. Yeah. So definitely Big L was up there. Tupac, of course, that was a big inspiration for me. The Fugees were an inspiration for me as well. Those were my inspiration.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wu-Tang, yes, of course. When I was in elementary school. It sounds weird, but I was playing Tupac when I was in elementary school. Yeah. Yeah. But those are my inspirations. Those are my inspirations.
And then, what was the first album you ever like bought? Yeah.
You know what? First album I ever bought. I didn't have to buy albums when I was younger because I had older siblings. I used to just steal it from them. Yeah. Yeah, they had like the first
album you stole from them?
No, the first album I stole from them was Bobby Digital, which was the RZA album. Yeah. I didn't steal it from him. I borrowed it from my older brother. I played it in the boombox in my room, and that was it. It kind of became mine after a while. But I didn't have to buy CDs until I was probably like in high school, where I actually bought my first CD. And my first CD that I bought was Illmatic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bought it at a CD store. Oh, okay. But I didn't have to buy CDs. Yeah. Thanks to my older siblings.
You just had access to that.
Yeah.
So did you get a lot of music taste from them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So now, when you started writing these like poetry or now songs, Where do you pull from? Do you make up stories? Do you pull from stuff that's happened to you?
I don't really like I get inspired. It doesn't really matter anywhere. Sometimes I'm inspired while I'm driving. But don't try this at home. But you'll like text on the red light. You just write down something that you're feeling real quick and you put it away, and then you keep driving. And then when you have the time, you'll just elaborate on what you just wrote about on the red light. So I mean, whatever.
Gotcha. I mean, you can use voice memos.
I could, but then you go back, you listen, you're like, oh, my voice sounds weird. So I'll just type it in the notes. You know how our cell phones have like a notepad or whatever.
Yeah.
So I get inspired anywhere. As far as what inspires me, usually things that get me mad. Things that get me mad inspire me, and also things that make me feel really good.
What are some things that make you mad?
Guys make me mad.
Guys make you mad?
Yes, guys make me mad.
Yeah, I mean,
no,
guys make everybody mad too. Just
the male species makes everybody mad.
It's only fair.
Yeah, but when you're a female and guys, you know, it's a different type of anger. It's not so much like, I guess, just like, oh, he's dogging me. Yeah. It's more like he's belittling me. He's underestimating me. He's talking over me. And that's sort of stuff. Yeah. But also other things that inspire me are the beautiful things in my life, the things I'm grateful for. So
yeah, it's good, man. Life
for sure.
So this LP, Gaby Guerrero, which I'm assuming is your real name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did it all come together?
Wow, it's such a... Okay, so I had released an EP, a 5-song project in July, right? And it was my first project ever with my friend 12 from Las Vegas. Shout out to 12. He was the first person to ever like, oh, you know what? Let's make some music together. He said, he sent me beats and I recorded songs at a friend's house. I went to Vegas to record. So I had just that small project out, and that was that. And I was happy. I was like, you know what? I did it. I had one project
these songs out. Yeah.
Cool. And then Destruct, I guess he listened to my project, the whole thing, and he messaged me and he said that he wanted to make a project with me. And I had already known him. I had already done one song with him a few months before, you know? Yeah. So we already knew each other. But when he told me he wanted to make a whole project with me, I was like, whoa, I was flattered. I was flattered because I'm a fan, you know? Yeah. So I was flattered, but I was also skeptical because I was like, well, projects are a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm sure they cost a lot of money. It's very time consuming. And if it's going to be a long project, it's not going to be quick and easy. And I was very skeptical. So I was like, I'm interested, but what's it going to take, you know? Mm-hmm. When I found out what it was going to take, I said, you know what, let's just do it. So the first day I actually went to record for this LP, that first night we recorded 3 songs.
Oh, when was that though?
That was probably... first week of August, I would say.
Oh, okay. So this is in a few months.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, this was really, the first week of August, I went to his studio, Area 52 in Van Nuys. And 3 songs in one night. We were 3 songs in. So I was excited because I'm thinking we're 3 songs into this long project. Let's do this. If on the first day we could do 3 songs, let's do this. And we did. Yeah. That was early August. Now we're in November, and the project is completely done.
Yeah. How many songs is it?
11 songs.
11 songs.
11 songs. Yes.
That's good. Was the process of making it as smooth as that night with the 3 songs, or was there challenges?
There was challenges.
Yeah.
There was challenges. There was a few challenges actually. I don't even know where to start.
I mean, just pick whichever one.
Well, just. Sometimes when you have to depend on other people, that's when it becomes tough.
Yeah.
Because other people have lives, and other people, they don't find what you do as important as you do because it's your project. So you find what you do important, but other people just don't find it important because it's not theirs.
I mean, even doing this show, you're always going to find people that are like not as passionate about it as
like you are, you know. Yeah. But when you depend on them, right, it sucks sometimes. It could be a good thing because a team is such a blessing, right? A team is a blessing, but when it's not as important to them as it is to you, it becomes a challenge. And I think that was one of the challenges for this project. Yeah, you know. But there's nothing like having when you do find somebody that is as passionate as you are. Yeah, it's almost like.
It's solid,
sometimes all you need is one person, you know. So
just to believe in it as much as you, and then you're making things together, and it's
So that was the biggest challenge. Just the people that didn't see it the way that I did, that weren't as passionate. That was the biggest challenge.
Well, now you're done. You got through it.
It's done. Yes.
Looking back on it, is there a song that stands out as a favorite?
Oh man, yes, I have a favorite. I
You have a
do.
favorite?
I didn't think I was gonna have a favorite because I love them all so much, but I do have a favorite. My favorite is Abilities to Trust. Oh my god, was I supposed to say the name of the song?
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
I love Abilities. No, but I love all of them, but that one's my favorite. That one's my favorite.
What
song.
about that song in particular?
There's a few reasons why, because I was intimidated by the beat. I didn't think I could do the beat justice. It was such a nice beat, and I was like, I can't do this. I don't rap like this. I'm gonna ruin the beat. But Destruct, executive producer Destruct, he convinced me to do it. Just do it. Try it. Just write something. Try it. I wrote something. I didn't even write something to the beat because I'm like, I can't do it. I wrote something to some other beat. We applied it to this beat. It turned out it sounded real nice. It sounded real nice. So that's my favorite song. And also the subject matter of the song too is my favorite. It's yeah.
Can you speak a little bit about that too?
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so
Well, yeah, this is your album. This is your time to talk about
I'm
it.
so excited. No, I mean I love all the songs I really do, but this one's very unique, I think, because of that. But also because the song is about like to be honest, the song is about cat calling and men that bother women.
Yeah.
And I was inspired by that. Well, on a constant basis, you know, wherever you go, there's always men trying to bother. But I had one incident specifically where I went to the ATM to go deposit some money, and I was in a hurry. I was my day off, so I was running errands, and there was this guy he parked next to me, and he was like, he said hi to me in a very sort of like flirtatious way, and I was not it was not my day today. I was
just
really
leave me
busy.
alone.
I was running errands. I was paying bills. And I was just really upset that he felt like he needed to do that. And he said something else very sly to me. And I got in his face, and he was much shorter than me. He was like 5'2".
Oh shit.
And I'm 5'8". So I felt really confident. I was really fearless. And I got in his face like I was a dude. Yeah. And he was so scared that when he got in his car, he bumped his head. And I was so happy that I did that, but I was so upset, and I was like, what makes guys think they can do that? It's scary. I'm by myself, you know what I'm saying? It's late, and there's two guys in the car. What are you thinking? Yeah. So I wrote about that, and that's what that song's about. Yeah. And which is the most interesting part about the song is that the song is about guys who disrespect women, but in the hook I have a guy, and it's Destruct. He's featured in the song, and he wrote the hook for the song, and he wrote it based on what I was talking about in the verses. So I just love that the song is about disrespectful men, but I have a man in there who like basically made the album happen. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I'm not necessarily just bashing men. I'm not bashing men.
Not that they don't deserve it though.
I'm not bashing men. I'm bashing a specific type of man, and it goes to show you that I'm not bashing on men because I have a man in this song, somebody who made this happen, who encouraged me, who uplifted me. Yeah. So
wow, I mean that's a really interesting balance, and I really like the dynamic of that song.
Yeah, and the beat. Oh my god, it's so nice. Like just playing the beat by itself without the words is dope enough, and just to have
well, we have to if you're not performing that, we got to play it at some point. We'll play it on the show, even if I have to attach it the day that it comes out. I'll put it in there
for sure, man. Well, for sure. Thank you so much. I know you're gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it for sure.
So any other songs you want to mention in particular? I mean, I know there's so many, but this is your time to talk about your project.
There's so many songs. Yeah. Okay, I want to mention
just another
more.
Story. Yeah.
The only Spanish song on the album. It's called Claramente. I don't know if you guys speak Spanish.
Yeah, like Clearly.
Clearly, that's the name of the song, right? Well, again, the beat was so dope. I was intimidated. I didn't want to do it, right? But I did it, and it's probably my second favorite song, if not like my favorite. The same with Abilities to Trust. I love that song so much. So there you go. I didn't want to do that song, and it became my favorite. And it's a Spanish song. Yeah. So bam. So that's another one too.
Yeah. So the LP going to be on all streaming sites? Mm-hmm. There you go. So
it's already out. It's out everywhere.
It's out everywhere, right?
It's out everywhere.
I was the one that said that. Yeah, it's already on all the streaming sites.
It's out everywhere. Yeah.
So you planned, obviously when this airs, we record this Tuesday, so Friday you would have already had your album release party that was on Thursday.
Yes.
What went into that? Who are the people there? Like, why'd you pick them? Stuff like that.
Well, okay, I set the date of the album release before I even had a venue. I even had the acts before I even had, which was not very smart. I don't recommend artists do that. Don't do that. But I needed to because of the circumstances I was in. I needed to pick a date first. And I eventually thought I had a venue. I thought I had a venue and I thought I had a date. So I was like, cool. Plans changed. I didn't have a venue even though the date was set and I was announcing the date out already and I didn't have a venue. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to worry. Everything happens for a reason. And I wasn't worried. And sure enough, we found a venue. And it was so close to where I live and where my family lives, where my friends live, and it worked out. Yeah. It worked out. As far as the people in it, I one of the artists that's doing a set at the album interview, at the album release, he's actually the one who mixed and mastered the entire album. Yeah. He's an artist too. I got him in there, of course. He's important. He's amazing. His name's FaZe. He's on the flyer. So.
So yeah, so just a celebration of all the people that went into this project.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, Destruct is going to be there as well, performing.
Silva and Gold. Well, thank you. What's next after this? You have the album out now. What are you doing?
Well, fun fact, I already started working on my next album.
Oh, there you go.
I just don't know when that's gonna be. I was gonna be
coming.
like, just wait for that one. It's happening already. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm always gonna be making music, and I'm always gonna be making moves. So yeah, I'm already doing that.
There you go. Silva and Gold is the Instagram, and we're gonna have you do a couple tracks from the new project. Before we do that, though, we have this thing called 60 Seconds.